All right, ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome to another great episode on your favorite political talk show, The Truth with Ben Jokes. Now, during the 2023 presidential campaign, Peter Obi drew the attention of Nigerians to wastage in governance. He spoke about how much he was able to save as governor by just reducing his budget on travels. Now, Nigerians have seen how much TINUBU has spent on traveling in the last 7 months. The trip to Dubai being the latest one that fueled public anger. And people began to slam TINUBU for not being able to apply the same kind of financial discipline as Peter Obi. Then, few days ago, presidential spokesman Ajuri Ngelale came on air and announced that TINUBU had decided to cut down on his local and international travels budget. He said, thenceforth, TINUBU would only travel with 25 persons for local trips and 20 persons for international trips. After this announcement, some media houses began praising him for cutting down his entourage, but personally, I had my doubts. Although this was an idea they took from Peter Obi's textbook for free, to be able to keep your word, it takes genuine commitment to delivering good governance, which I believe is lacking in them. So I told myself I would wait for TINUBU's next local or international trip. And lo and behold, the trip to Imo State came, and TINUBU, just as expected, could not keep his promise to cut down his entourage, and Nigerians reacted massively. Before I show you how it was reported and how Nigerians reacted, let me quickly show you the developments on this female soldier who made a video complaining about sexual harassment from top army officers and several unpaid salaries as a result of her refusal to compromise. Here is the latest on her case. Breaking: Nigerian female soldier who complained about sexual harassment by senior military officers in viral video arrested, flown from Lagos to Abuja. The lady who complained in the viral video about sexual harassment in the military has been arrested and moved to Abuja by air this morning. She was flown out, accompanied by military police in Mufti from Lagos to Abuja, a top military source told Sahara reporters. The soldier serving in Lagos State, who did not disclose her name, raised the alarm in the viral video that some senior army officers were threatening her life for rejecting their sexual advances. She lamented how the senior army officers, who she identified as Colonel I.B. Abdulkarim, Colonel G.S. Ogo, and Brigadier General I.B. Solebo, had been oppressing her since she was posted to Cantonment Medical Center or JAW Lagos in 2022 for refusing their sexual advances. She said she had been locked up several times for no reason, ejected from her apartment and put in a psychiatric hospital for a month without any medication based on a false claim that she had a mental illness. According to her, her bank account had been frozen since February 2023 and she had not been paid salary for no reason. She further alleged that Colonel Abdulkarim had attempted to rape her on multiple occasions. The female soldier said the army officer later claimed that she had mental illness, adding that she had made several efforts, including writing a petition and getting some senior and junior officers to intervene, but that all was to no avail. She said that Colonel Abdulkarim had denied her access to every army course and passes to see her parents. According to her, her father contacted Colonel Abdulkarim over her issues, but he reportedly told her father to inform her to obey the last order. She said, "I know definitely they will come for me. They will lock me up and they will dismiss me, but I don't care. I can't endure again. Before coming out to make this video, I can't endure again. I don't want to die young." Wow, this is yet another emotional story. She said they were going to come for her, and they have. But one thing I know is that they can't harm her physically because this story has already gone viral. But I know they are not going to do anything to those officers. They are going to cover those officers up, but they won't harm her physically. All they will do is to dismiss her, as she said, or force her to resign, and let them go ahead and dismiss her. We are going to crowdfund her on Twitter, and in 72 hours, this lady will be richer. She will have more money in her account than that job could give her in 10 years. But the actual reason I brought this story here is to tell the ethnic and religious champions that are watching this video right now that when impunity is allowed to reign, no one is safe. That is a soldier there being maltreated. When you allow impunity, disregard for rule of law, and abuse of the constitution to thrive, then know that even you are not safe. Nigeria as it is now is an insane society, and the key to regaining our sanity is to get the APC out of power. We must put sentiments aside as a people and rise up against these guys. If not, we will not regain our freedom. Now, let us look at how TINUBU, in his trip to Imo State, failed to keep his word on cutting down his entourage. Look at how the papers reported it. Exclusive. TINUBU violates own directive on pruning travel delegations. TINUBU has violated a new directive he recently issued on cutting down the number of people on his entourage during local and international travels. Last Tuesday, the president announced the slashing of officials accompanying him and other top government officials on official trips. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, said the move was part of the new government's massive cost-cutting measures. Mr. TINUBU directed that individuals on his delegations should be pegged at 25 for local travels and 20 for international engagements. He also ordered that security agents based at his destinations should be regularly deployed for his protection whenever he travels to states, instead of being accompanied by many security details from Abuja. The policy drew huge praises from many Nigerians who had all along been irritated by the regime of waste and mismanagement of public funds characterizing government operations at state and federal levels. The directive was issued following a barrage of criticism of Nigeria's 1,411-member contingent to the COP28 climate conference in Dubai and other wasteful public spending patterns. But less than a week after the new laudable policy took effect, TINUBU himself violated it. Premium Times understands that when he traveled to southeast state of Imo on Monday to attend the inauguration of Governor Hope Uzodinma for his second and final term, more than 50 individuals were on his delegation. In his first trip outside Abuja since the new policy was announced, Mr. TINUBU flew with at least 25 people on the presidential aircraft to Owerri, the Imo state capital. At least another 30 officials traveled before his arrival in the city. Some of those who flew with President on the NAF 001 are his son, Sheyi TINUBU, his senior special assistant stroke private secretary, Aderemi Damilotun, his principal secretary, Hakim Muri Okunla, his senior special assistant on domestic matters, Suber Oluwatoyin, and his senior special assistant on social events, Atika Ajaka. Also on the flight were two other personal assistants to Mr. TINUBU, Kamaruddin Yusuf and Wale Fadare, the special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, the state chief of protocol, Victor Adeleke, the chief security officer to the president, Fasasi Adegboyega, the aide-de-camp to the president, Nuruddin Yusuf, a lieutenant colonel, the chief principal staff officer to the president, Usman Shugaba, the personal physician to the president, Dr. TINUBU Sikiru Adekunle, the chief detail to the president, Bashir Muhammad, and the presidential liaison officer, Musa Yakubu, and so on and so forth. In what one State House official described as ludicrous, also on the presidential aircraft for the trip were Eniola Sakumbi, the personal assistant to the president's ADC, and a certain Emma, who functioned as personal assistant to the president's CSO. Presidential spokesperson Mr. Ngelale did not answer or return calls seeking his comments for this story. As of the time of filing this story, he had yet to respond to a message sent to him. I am not surprised. A leopard can never change its spots. You can't give what you don't have. If it is not there, it is not there. And look at how Nigerians reacted. Let's take some of the tweet reactions. This tweet by Dr. Bankole says, not surprised at all. Never believe what TINUBU or his party APC puts out. They make large pronouncements for nothing. Audio nonsense, lies, and balablu. That is it. And this tweet here says, do you guys believe the usurper? Man has just given media stunts. And this tweet by the mouthpiece says, I am even disappointed Nigerians took his word for it. I am very disappointed at those who were waiting for TINUBU to lead by example. Una never still learn lesson. Oh, this tweet here by Fauzi says, a leader that says one thing and does the complete opposite. Wallahi, I have never seen a man whose actions completely violate his words as bad. His words weigh nothing, just sweet words to deceive the gullible. Oh, now, the fact that Ngelale made that announcement means they know it is the right thing to do. But knowing what to do is one thing. Having the political will to do it is quite another. There is only one man who combines in-depth knowledge of what to do with 100% political will to do it, and that is Peter Obi. And Nigerians can enthrone him if we want our freedom. But until then, make I still enter town. Make I go get some ogbonge political news wey una go like. Why? Because of una. Now I dey here. So don't go away. Don't go